Over the last 15 weeks, I have been in a calorie surplus every single day. I've been trying to grow my glutes and gain strength in the gym. Let me tell you, this is probably the best journey I have been on in my fitness journey, and I am so happy that I did it. But this video marks the start of the next chapter. And that is my mini cut series, a 6-week journey to feel better, less bloated, and just slightly leaner for summer. Now, I want you to know that this is not a drastic diet and I'm not going to be slashing calories. I'm not expecting a huge change in my figure because, as you can see, I haven't gained a lot of fat on this muscle gain journey. And so I don't really have too much to lose. I just want to get slightly leaner and feel more myself, which I think is perfectly okay given that it's getting slightly warmer now. So every morning I've made a pact to myself to go on a 30-minute walk and start getting more active. I've increased my steps and I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, trying to implement things that I haven't really been doing over the last 15 weeks. So if you too are trying to feel slightly leaner or better in yourself for summer, then stick around because I'm going to be sharing my 6-week journey and how I'm doing this in the most sustainable and healthy way whilst living a normal life. Welcome back, guys, to a new video and to a new series. This marked episode 1 of my mini cut series, and I think that's what I'm going to call it. I know I asked you in my previous video, and I was thinking of calling it like something extravagant and different, but then I just thought, why don't we just call it what it is? So welcome to episode 1. I have basically made a pact to myself for over the next 6 weeks, right? Instead of doing endless amounts of cardio, because I honestly do not have time for that. I am so busy at the moment. I'm just gonna be getting up early in the morning. I'm gonna wake up at 6, ideally, maybe half 6. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get dressed, I'm gonna get presentable because I wanna stop just not wearing makeup and just lounging around all day because that just means zero productivity. For me, to be the most productive, I have to be in a good working state. And then I'm gonna head out, I'm gonna go for a walk, I'm gonna grab a coffee, maybe make it here to save some money, I don't know. And I'm gonna do like a half-an-hour walk. So this morning I did that. I can't remember how many calories I burnt, but to be honest, I'm not really too worried about that. It's more so about my steps and my activity. So I've already done a grand total of 4,500 steps and it is 9:30. Can we have a round of applause? I feel so much better in myself. And do you know what? I was on that walk. It's such a nice day. And I was thinking, God, this is a really great way to set me up for the day. And I just feel really like chilled and happy. And I know what I'm doing for the day. And it's just cleared my mind. So that is my goal for the next 6 weeks. You guys are gonna keep me accountable. But yeah, so calories have changed, obviously. We're not dropping calories to a ridiculous amount because I'm not doing a drastic fat loss diet here. We're just gonna feel good for summer and we're gonna just get slightly leaner and just feel a little bit better in terms of like bloating. So calories have changed and we are going with, so I was on 2,765 and we're starting this mini cut off at 2,425 calories. We've got 320 grams of carb, 140 protein, and 65 grams of fat. So still like a decent amount of calories, but let me tell you, I really felt it yesterday and the day before. Today's Wednesday and I've been doing it since Monday, but I just always feel when you start a diet, it's so hard, especially when you've been on higher calories. And I was hungry, like I've been going to bed hungry. And that's only like, what, 350-ish calories there. So yeah. It's been difficult, it's been hard to adjust, but I'm ready for the challenge and I've been loving it already. So anyways, here's to the next 6 weeks. Here's to me keeping accountable and here's to me smashing it. So today I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna train upper body and then I'm gonna do a big food shop because I've got back to my apartment and I've got zero food and I need to do a shop for my new macros and calories. So obviously I want a little bit of a more fat loss kind of diet. So I'm gonna be buying some stuff that's gonna help with that because most of my stuff here does not. And then we're gonna go through it and I'm gonna basically just run you through what I'm doing and we're gonna have a great day. I actually haven't had breakfast yet and it's 11:22. I feel like that is such an achievement because the last few days I've been so hungry by like 8:30. So I've tried to push my breakfast back a little bit today so that I don't feel so hungry. And it's worked, so that's great. So I'm gonna make some protein porridge because I wanna feel like fueled for my session, and I know that oats always keep me full, and it's such a great way to get your protein in as well. So I'm gonna start with protein porridge. I'm gonna top it with some raspberries, love these, and some peanut butter. Okay, so I know it doesn't look like much, but this honestly tastes so good. Like, look at this peanut butter, how it melts. Oh yeah. Guys, this is like my favorite breakfast. It's so good. In this bowl, there are 409 calories and 29 grams of protein. I don't know why, but I've literally gone back to just liking oats again because I went through a period where I just really went off them. I feel like I go through stages. I either really love them or I just really don't. And I don't know, I always go back to protein porridge because it is just such an easy way to get your protein in. And I think if you're dieting, it's just so important to like prioritize that and not forget about it, because I know it's easy just to kind of like eat your favorite things, but you do need to eat like high protein things, especially after coming out of a bulk as well, because you want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible. And this is such a great way to fuel yourself before a workout as well. And you could like have overnight oats, or you could also get like those mini pots of protein porridge that you can pick up from the supermarket and you just add hot water. I used to do that all the time when I worked like a normal 9 to 5, and it's just, again, a great way to kind of get your protein in. So good. All right, so daily tablets or vitamins, should I say? I've stayed the same. 2 omega-3s, 1 vitamin D3. Then we've also got a daily vitamin, which I've already had. And we've got a vitamin C. Guys, I got these from Amazon. They're so good. They're like chewable vitamin C tablets, but the ones that I did have before, they were genuinely so big. I don't know why, but I cannot swallow. Like, these are bad enough, but big tablets like this that you had to swallow, I just can't do it. Whereas these are chewable and they're just so much better, and they actually taste really good. Like, really sour. Oh. Whoa, they are good though. It's actually in my eyes water. Anyways, I'm gonna take these, then we're gonna go to the gym, train back, I've decided, and then get good food shopping because I need to get stocked up for this week. I actually forgot to say that even though I'm now on more of like a fat loss kind of part of my journey, I've actually not changed my training program, and I think that's really important because I still want to try and progress with this as much as possible. Like, I'm probably not going to be hitting new PBs, which is fine, but I do want to maintain my strength as much as possible. And I find that if I stay on the same program, I can really monitor that because obviously I've got all of my weights written down in my little book and I know exactly what I've done in the past. Whereas if you like switch training programs, you kind of just like lose that momentum and you obviously do different exercises and stuff, so it's really hard to keep track of it. So yeah, one of my tips kind of coming out of a bulk is actually to stay on the same program. So that's what we're doing. Back and bides, I feel like I've shown you this workout 10,000 times, but here we go. Workout done. That was actually a pretty good workout. I thought it wasn't going to be too good because I got in the gym and it was absolutely heaving. I don't know if you could see. I don't feel like it looks busy from my videoing because I was quite sneaky with how I videoed. But yeah, that was busy. But anyways, session done. My shoulder felt all right. I know I need to train back, but sometimes you can kind of feel it like tweaking. But I definitely need to go and see my osteo because I can definitely feel it. And I think I have a little bit of an impingement there, which is great. And it is a long going injury, which I actually picked up when I used to do CrossFit. So yeah, it's nice for that to return. But yeah, I'm gonna head to the supermarket now and pick up some essentials for the week. I've written a little list, and I always do that because it just saves me when it gets to the supermarket, because I just get so like peeved with buying products, and I really don't need to buy as much food as I always do, because it's just not necessary. Don't know why, I just like always get so carried away with like all the snacks. But yeah, I've written my list on the Elevate at shopping list function, and I just want to pick up things that are going to help me stay on track, and I'm also going to satisfy my like sweet tooth, because I have a major sweet tooth and I feel like we all know that. So anyways, let's go and see what we can get. So I did a semi-big food shop. I feel like I got quite a bit, but I got everything I needed. And I'm really trying to not buy things more than once, and just to check in my cupboards before I go, because guys, I'm really bad at buying things like 2, 3, 4 times, and it's getting a little bit out of control. I feel like I controlled myself today, so that's great. Okay, so I'm just gonna run you through what I bought for this week. So carb wise, I picked these up as a snack because it's a bit different, and I like something like this in the morning before my walk. So we're gonna go with these blueberry soft bakes. I've actually made myself quite sick of jam ones, I'm not gonna lie. We've got a panini in here because I'm gonna be making panini tuna cardo kind of during the juice sandwich for lunch. Got some Cookie Crisp as my cereal of choice. Look how big this box is though. It's actually not gonna fit in our cupboard, which is really annoying, but it was the only one that has. Then we've got some gnocchi, because I'm gonna be making some chorizo creamy gnocchi. And I've already got the chorizo and everything else for that. We've got some tins of tuna in water for my sandwich. And this is just such an easy way to get protein in. It's a really lean sauce, so I'd really recommend tuna if you are on a bit of a diet. Next up we have milk, so I've got 2 Oatly and then just some skimmed milk for some cereal. Then for my protein we have some turkey rashers, these are the best, we know that. And then some chicken thighs, because I love cooking these in a slow cooker pot. I know it's getting hot, but they're just so tasty, and it's okay to have chicken thighs every now and again. And then just fruit and veg wise, we've got onion, mushrooms, avocado, basil, tomatoes, and some bananas. I really wanted to share with you one of my favourite lunches at the moment, because I'm trying to save a bit of money because I might be buying something. Hint, hint. I love going to this place for lunch, and I feel like if I can make it home, it might stop me going there so often. So for lunch, we're gonna make a Joe and the Juice inspired tuna cardo panini, and I just love it. It's lean, it's high protein, and it just tastes so bloody good. So for this recipe, we're gonna need a panini. We've got some tuna in water, lemon juice, tomato, green pesto, red onion, mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, and some basil. And that's our tuna mix. That is my Joe and the Juice tuna cardo fake away, 496 calories. And it's got a massive 38 grams of protein, so it's so good for keeping you full. And I feel like you get a lot more protein in this compared to the actual one. I think it's so important, like even when you start dropping calories after a bulk, to just make sure that you are including your favorite foods, and try not to just like adapt the all or nothing method, because I feel like a lot of people just be like, okay, all I'm eating is salads or chicken and rice, and that is literally setting you up for failure. You have to include your favorite foods, otherwise you're just going to find it so difficult, especially from like the offset, You know, of course, maybe like towards the end of the diet, you can really simplify your foods. But for now, at the start, just really make it easy. And I've only made like simple swaps. So for instance, I'm using light mayo now. I'll use light cheese. I'll use like reduced fat pesto. I'll reduce maybe like my portion sizes slightly. So say for breakfast, I had 60 grams of oats. Whereas probably as the weeks go on, I'll probably drop it down to like 40. And when I was bulking, I did have like 70 or 80. And now I've actually swapped to skimmed milk instead of semi-skimmed. So little choices like that really do add up. I am literally so full after that sandwich. You know when something is actually doesn't look filling, but it really was. But anyways, I feel like this is my third day of my cut, and I feel like it's gone really well so far. And I've really stuck to it, and I feel like I am super motivated. And I feel like it's so important when you start something like this to have like the motivation behind you and to always kind of keep it in your mind, because otherwise it just gets quite tedious. And I always find people kind of fall off track when they don't keep it in mind and when they're not like 100% committed. And I'm 100% committed here. But like I said, I'm not drastic dieting, so I don't want you guys to kind of expect extreme results. It's going to be just to make me feel better, slightly less bloated, but I do just really want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible because I've worked bloody hard and I'll be so upset if I don't. So that is basically my plan over the next 6 weeks, and I'm going to really like see how my body is every single week. If I don't feel leaner, I'll obviously drop calories slightly, and I don't really feel like I'm going to add that much cardio in. I might add a little bit in just obviously because it is good for you, but I'm just going to see how busy I am because like I said, I've got so much going on at the moment and I feel like I'm sort of running myself to the ground, but it's okay. We're taking like every day as it comes, and I am enjoying the process, and I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in. I feel like I'm so guilty of just focusing on the future and not actually focusing on what I've got right now, and I really need to start doing that, like appreciate what I've got now, because if I like kind of looked forward, like where I am now, maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, I would have been like, wow. But now I'm just like, nah, I don't know. I just set like such crazy like targets for myself, and I just don't stop until I get there. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know if that's like a good personality trait or not, but we'll see. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of my mini cut series. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see like in this series. Like, is it recipes? Is it like full days of eating? Is it like days in life? I want to give you exactly what you want, so comment below and let me know. And yeah, I'm hoping to kind of like switch things up a little bit, because I always feel like I just film in my home, but that is where I am like most of the time because that's where I work. But yeah, if there's anything you want to see, then let me know. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you at the same time next week. Bye bye.